Welcome to Monday Night TPK.
Alright folks, welcome back to Monday Night TPK. Thanks for listening. So last time, I don't remember what happened, and Sam is going to read the notes.
Okay. I'm reading the notes now.
Kyle's got a little stage fright. We don't know what's going on with Kyle right now.
I'm just going to take over. Yeah. We're all going to just ride dinosaurs for the rest of the game.
Okay, so I don't need to read the notes?
Nah, we're good. Everybody pick a dinosaur.
Everybody pick a
I want a Velociraptor in a tri-top.
I want a tri-top, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read the notes anyway. Last time, we found out that Montwood is dressed like a dull hobo, and then he started talking to himself. And then he went and shopped for fabric. Montwood then asked 12, his rat pet, for help choosing a fabric color. We found out Ricsor needed new pants too. There was 2 pants emojis after that. After Montwood bought a bunch of purple fabric, he made himself a purple skirt.
It's a sash.
It's a sash. Sorry. Then a thief took an egg, and we found out the thief is a boy. And I put a little child angel emoji after that. Brielle caught him. And a team effort of intimidation and bargaining, through a team effort of intimidation and bargaining, we got the egg, and the boy got some fruit and some money. Probably part of the fruit that Ricsor bought a bunch of.
Yep.
We gave the egg back and found out the merchant works for Telroa. So we went to Telroa's racing. We found out that the dinosaur race is in 3 days and they start at noon. And then his name was Jamala, and we were supposed to mention his name at Tariki, which is a shop place for dinosaurs. Yes? Okay. Tariki Anchorage, sorry, to see and buy dinosaurs. I did not finish that sentence. This has been a day. We found that Triceratops cost 500 gold, but we could get it for 25% off. You do the math, because I'm not going to.
We did a bunch of math. You can listen to that.
Update, there are zombies in the jungle. We found an Ankylosaurus could be 188 gold. That's when we did math. That's 25% off of that. Ricsor is fascinated by the word nubbins.
I forgot about that.
We were advised to find a guide to go find Jobal and use an official guide. Jobal's villa is in the Merchant's Ward, and he will hold office hours at the Golden Throne. And we get a map. Da-da-da. Montwood explored on his own, through talking to himself again, and he was guided to a pin board in Kaya's House of Repose. So eventually we all headed back to Kaya's. Montwood, found many guide flyers pinned to a board. The group discussed the guides, and we decided our favorites were Iku and Farul, and Iku, self, and the group, Farul and Gondolo. And we were going to Jobal to determine the best option.
Now you have to talk, Kyle.
Maybe I can find a way to do this with just like gestures.
And a hand sign.
Yeah, I can type stuff up onto the TV, and you guys can just read it.
That's a great podcast idea.
All right, so physically speaking, you guys left off in Kaya's House of Repose.
Yes.
As you have just read, you are going. Your goal now is to see Jobal for the purpose of getting advice on which guide to set out into the jungle with, or at least to interact with and get some ideas. So currently, if you guys were to, well, no, I'm not gonna just give that information away. How do you want to go from here?
I want to look at my map.
Did anybody ask the guy that you were talking to previously, Ryan, that owns the place we're at right now, if he knew where Jobal was at?
No, but we talked to the shop owner, who suggested going to see Jobal, and it's in the
Merchant's
ward, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
I wasn't sure if we knew where he was at.
Yeah, and made it seem like that with what time it was, maybe there was office hours, that it would be easy to find that
right,
like
come back to
central place
Yeah.
or whatever where they hold office hours.
Yeah, he told you, and I think Sam read it. They hold office hours at a place called Golden Throne.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to find out where that's at in the merchant ward.
Right.
Okay.
But once we like get there, it might
Yeah,
be
once we
easy to
get
do
there,
so.
we can ask. Yeah.
Well, on the map, Sam honestly doesn't remember him saying central, but if that's true, number 7 on our map, it looks like a building in the middle of the merchant's ward surrounded by, unless the merchant's ward is like around the edge, I'm not sure.
Well, this is not Harvard. I think this whole thing is the merchant's ward.
Like,
Yeah,
do you think it would be 7, or do you think the merchant ward is like outside of the wall?
I mean, we can just go up there and ask instead of wandering around aimlessly trying to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, where about? Okay, Market Ward is there.
You guys are currently in the Red Bazaar,
Right.
Yes.
which would be item number 18 on your map.
Okay.
And you could probably get anybody on the street to
Okay.
show you where you're on the map.
Okay.
So I would think, not Ricsor, Dana would think that if we come up to kind of like this area right here, there would be somebody that could point us.
Point us in the
Closer?
right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes it look like that there's a building or something in the middle of this walled area that might be the merchant's ward, and then another area that's raised up higher.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what it is, but I think if once we get there that we could probably get some
Even the
information.
harbor area over there.
Yeah,
Can I write on the map?
that one's our
That's
copy.
your copy. Do what you with.
Oh,
He's
okay.
got his own.
So I'm gonna put 18 as the Red Bazaar.
So in game, as you guys are having this conversation, scouring your map and trying to guess at where you can go, are you having this conversation in the inn, or are you walking in a direction?
We'd probably have it before we take off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially
Because then we
with
could
how
lay
big
the map
streets
on
are
the
there.
table and point at it and
Mhm.
stuff.
I guess Gilly would go up to the like innkeeper man. Is he like at the bar?
Yeah, he's working around. You can. I'm gonna say at this point you're looking at like 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
It's been a little bit of time.
Okay.
So the place is starting to like get a little bit busier than it had been when you guys first arrived. So he's busy with customers, but you could easily flag him down. You guys have kind of like got your own little table or section of the bar at this point you've been working from.
Okay. Excuse me. Yoo-hoo.
Oh, I don't remember what voice I used for this guy. Yes.
Okay. Do you know where the Golden Throne is?
Oh yes, it is, and he'll take your map and kind of look at it for
You
a second.
show me?
And he will put his finger right there.
Oh. It's number 4.
Oh, okay. We were way off.
Alright. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Is there anything else I can do for you, or any other questions I can answer?
You see a flicker of like excitement in Gilly's eyes, and then like her getting ready to say something and she holds it back. She goes, no, because she was thinking about ordering a snack, but remembered that Brielle said she gets one. So.
Let me know if I can help you with anything else.
Okay, thank you.
And he walks off to help other people.
I go share the news with the group.
Alright, let's go.
It's been a decent amount. You said it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon now? Brielle will sign to Gilly that she would like to stop at the forge real quick before we head up to the bazaar. Or the market, I mean. Merchant's place.
Good idea. Can we swing by the blacksmith's first? Brielle's sword might be done.
Ricsor, like, looks around, waiting for an answer.
Are you looking for permission?
Well, we're going as a group, right? So I just thought it'd be nice instead of like being like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm okay with going.
Okay.
Are you okay with going? Motwood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's go.
I mean, it's strictly speaking, it's a little like it's the opposite direction, but it's not that far away. You
Right,
guys-
it wasn't too far.
Yeah, you guys walk for 5 minutes and you're there. Same guy as before. He's back to tinkering with some sort of like small clockwork mechanism of something. You can see several gears and springs, and he's got a little screwdriver and he's tightening and like working some pieces. And he sees you come in, like, welcome back.
Yeah,
And
there's a wave.
he hands you your sword. You're all paid up.
Smile on her face. And she
It-
kind of backs up away from the counter and swings it a couple of times and does like a few twirls with it, make sure the weight is appropriate.
Yeah, your sword feels like it never did. It has the fresh, clean, new forge smell.
New sword smell.
She sheathes it, because she's got her sheath on her still. She never took it off.
Cool. So thank you for your business, and I'm assuming unless you
She
have
will
something
do
else,
like a hand and a bow kind of thing to
you'll
thank him, because you can't say it.
he'll nod, say thanks, come back if you need help, or help with anything else.
Ooh, that was a fancy thank you.
So you guys can leave there and head up.
Bye.
Yes, Montwood. Are you talking to?
I said bye.
Oh, that was a bye.
Yeah, I thought you said hi as well.
I mean, I guess if Montwood wants to talk to me directly, we can work that out. The idea of Montwood sometimes breaking the fourth wall is a little bit funny.
Yeah, super is.
All right.
Sorry. So, Ricsor will ask, not really looking at Brielle or Gilly, kind of like in between, not sure who to ask. And she like she copies what Brielle did, kind of like the little hand wave and the bow. Like, does that mean thank you? In I forget what it's called. How Brielle talks.
Oh, I mean, yes and no. There's like an official way to sign thank you, but like very few people understand that. So just a curtsy represents like respect. So that's generally what she'll do to thank others if she's more alone.
How do you say it then?
Brielle will begin doing like little hand signs that says thank you in sign language.
Yeah.
Don't confuse it for that.
And Rick's will like be very
I knew what
interested.
the actual one was for thank you, but I don't remember what it is now. Yeah, it was that. Yeah.
Okay.
So for fun fact, for those at home, if you put your open palm up just below your chin and pull it forward,
That
that's
means
thank you.
Yep.
Don't cup your hand and put it under your chin
And then
and move
flick.
forward.
And then flick.
That means something else.
So yeah,
And
Ricsor.
educational.
Ricksor's like definitely very interested and will copy and like as we're walking kind of like try to practice it almost.
What?
Yeah, so you guys definitely make an interesting sight as you walk down the streets. And even though it's later in the day than when you guys arrived, commerce and business and nothing seems to have slowed down. The heat as well has not slowed down any. About halfway to Golden Throne, it starts to rain again. And it only rains for probably 10-15 minutes or something. But it's definitely enough for you to get thoroughly soaked.
So it's a really heavy rain.
Just a heavy,
But
short
fast.
burst of rain.
Is it at
Feels
least
like
a little
Michigan.
bit cool?
The temperature does seem to drop 15-20 degrees or something while the rain comes down.
Feels good. Now I don't have to take a shower.
And as the... Sorry, Dana.
Real face palms a little bit as she's walking.
Gilly just looks up like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry, Dana, because I already rolled this a while ago. As the clouds kind of part and sun comes back out again, and of course bringing all the heat and humidity with it as it does, a parrot flies overhead and poops on Ricsor's shoulder.
Oh no!
Hey, that's good luck.
Do you want some? Like
No.
start to wipe. I'll wipe it off my hand and like offer it to Motwood. And just like wipe it off on my pants or something.
Your brand new pants?
Your new pants.
Not the new
Oh.
pants.
Don't have anything else. I don't think. And start like looking through my bag. I first start with the bag of fruit. Make sure there's nothing in there.
Just
And then I
fruit.
check my bag.
Gilly sees you opening the bag of fruit and reaching your dirty poop hand in there, and is like, no, stop! And she pulls a handkerchief out of one of her side pouches and just tosses it over.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Use that. You can keep it.
Wipe off my hands in my pants.
Okay, I'm glad we figured that out.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to wash my clothes at least.
So you can, as you get close to Golden Throne, one thing that kind of is pretty evident is that it sits on top of a very large hill, and there is actually like a wall that goes all the way around the hill. And on closer investigation, you can see that there's actually like walkways that go over top of the street in a couple places, because the city seems to have been built around several very large hills. And the Golden Throne is on top of a hill. You can see further in the distance another large circular building with a bright kind of gleaming roof that this walkway kind of connects to. And from as best as you can tell, it seems like you have to kind of go around towards that other building and take this kind of complicated maze of walkways to get to the Golden Throne.
Alright, so the Golden Throne is number 4, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
This place
Okay.
is amazing.
And then that building that you're talking about, is that number 7 over here?
Sure is.
So it's like to the east. Okay. And that area is kind of like
Well,
walled into.
It's actually to the north, because if you look
Oh,
at
I
the compass
see.
rose,
I
it's
see. Sorry, I did not look at the compass rose.
yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
weird.
Did you write on here?
She's got it on the
On the back.
Oh,
She's numbering
okay,
them and
cool.
then-
You already
yeah.
put it.
All right, so that's not really like too big of a deal, really. And as you go past, it would be like this would be about number 8 on this map here. On your way up and around the corner there, you pass a very large temple. And in front of this temple, you see, and to Ricsor in particular, this would be like something he has never seen before. Elaborate fountains with timed displays of water shooting out, and in places those jets of water will hit metal structures which start them spinning in these whole cascading like what's it called? kinetic statues that move with the water, and then one piece gets another piece spinning, and 1 second it'll look like a dinosaur roaring up, and then the whole structure will spin and turn, and you see a great hero with a sword, and then it starts spinning faster and faster, and it almost gives the illusion that this hero is like swinging a sword at this terrible dinosaur, before the whole thing kind of slows and kind of like sinks back under the water of the fountain.
So Ricsor definitely would be awestruck, and like as the statue, well not statue, as the sculpture, metal sculpture, like is swinging the sword, dinosaur would be like, yeah, go for the nubbins, yeah. It's like, did you see that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then Ricsor would walk up. Because I'm guessing that there's still some water coming out somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was probably just like the centerpiece of
Okay.
this whole kind of waterworks.
Right.
But there are other parts where there are water jets, hitting other less elaborate sort of structures, and a lot of like spinning metal gears and spinning metal like frilly kind of creating optical illusions of movements, and like geometric shapes kind of moving in and out of each other as your perspective changes and as they continue to spin.
Well, wherever is like the most easily accessible, Ricsor's gonna like dip the hanky in the water, kind of like rinse it off, and then try to wipe off his pants and his armor a little bit better.
as the large orc does this.
Yes.
So first of all, it should be noted that there are lots of other people who are not native of Chult standing around this display, because it seems to have caught the eye of just anyone who's clearly not from here.
Right, well that's understandable.
Yeah, and a lot of people who clearly aren't from here tend to give Ricsor a little bit of a wide berth, although he may not be noticing it.
Nah, that's normal.
Yeah. There's a few gasps, and no one really says anything, but after a few moments, let's see here, a dwarven woman, kind of dressed in robes, comes forward, and you'll see behind her are 3 other dwarves in very heavy armor, with like great big war hammers kind of in their hand.
No.
And like they look very, very angry. The priestess seems to be trying to adopt a more diplomatic like on her face, like, but is clearly like not happy. And like so the warrior looking guys kind of stay back a little bit, but obviously like watching you, Ricsor. Whether or not Ricsor's aware of this or paying attention to it, I don't know.
He would be aware of it. I mean, my passive's 14 even,
Okay.
so
Okay.
definitely like being aware of like, oh, hey, there's people there that might be a problem.
She comes closer, probably stop about 10 feet from Ricsor, and she's like, "Please, sir, please do not disrespect our temple by bathing in it."
I just needed some water. I'm not taking a bath. You gotta get all the way in to take a bath. I just needed some water. A bird pooped on my shoulder. They say it's good luck, but I don't know why.
This is not the response she's expecting. And she's gonna say, "Well, just if you please, show honor and respect to Gond by not defiling our creations with your cleaning rag."
So this, like, wait, this is with the temple? I've never seen a temple that has water like flying around like this. How do you guys do it? Is it magic?
She gets a big smile on her face with that. It's like, "Oh no, this is engineering. This is a temple to Gond, the god of the forge and the god of construction, We honor him in this place by building great and elaborate, beautiful structures, using the most abundant resource we have available to us in this city. And in this case, that is water.
Oh. He sounds nice.
She'll nod. He is nice and he is strong.
Well, I feel bad now. Can I give you some fruit to make up for it? I like sharing, and I'll pull out some of the fruit out of the bag and start handing it to her. Like, got like 3 or 4 of them in my big giant hand. Just trying to.
She's curious. She'll step forward. She'll take 2 of the pieces of fruit and tell you that, thank you for your offering. May your travels be blessed by his craftsmanship.
As long as that bird doesn't poop on me again.
I cannot speak to that, but your blessing has been well received. Your offering has been well received.
Okay.
And she'll turn, and the warrior looking dudes are a little bit half disappointed they're not gonna get to throw down with an orc, and then also a little bit smiling that it kind of okay, things are cool, and then they go back into the temple. And it's a very open kind of space, and you can see lots of people there's of course the traditional anvil symbology or the images kind of around, but you can also see people building very intricate gizmos and doodads using just all over a bunch of tables out in front of the temple.
Hey, Ricsor. Do you mind if I see your befouled handkerchief there for a second?
Sure, but I don't think there's any more bird poop on it to give you luck. hand the Ricsor to Motwood. And the Ricsor chief. Ricsor will hand the hanky to Motwood.
So it's clean now?
I mean, it's rinsed out.
I just kind of wad it up in my hand. And an old friend kind of taught me this trick, and I pull out of casting Prestidigitation to make it perfectly clean.
Wow. Thank you. That's amazing. Here, Gilly.
I guess I couldn't have done that to your armor in the first place. Slipped my mind, though.
Oh! That's okay, it's clean now.
Thank you. Are you sure you don't want to keep it?
I'm fine. And Ricsor will, with an open hand, put his fingertips at his chin and kind of pull it away.
Aww.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you sure did.
Brielle nods.
And
then she signs something to Gilly.
Gilly just nods.
And then continues.
Geez, all you guys get a point of inspiration for that.
Yay!
I don't know how many you already have, but
We can only have one.
you can only have one.
Yeah,
yeah, I
one,
still have one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
As walking, Ricsor's talking mostly to himself, but just talking about Gond and asking questions what does he look like? Is he like this other gods that he has heard of, which probably aren't very many. Just kind of muttering to himself these questions that now he has about Gond.
I'm just staring at Ricsor.
Ricsor would not notice. I don't think Ricsor would notice. But it keeps me out of trouble for the rest of the journey.
Fantastic. So you guys are kind of able to go up the hill and around. You pass another enormous temple, this time the one that you saw from afar. And it looks like, from the ground at least, a very large eye that almost looks like it's staring straight up in the sky with the cap of the cap of the structure appears to be made of solid gold even.
I ain't bringing no ring.
What?
Nothing.
Is anybody trained in religion?
Yep.
No.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Why don't you give me a religion check?
Nothing.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah, this is very clearly a temple to the god Savras, who you would
That's
know
a name I'm not familiar with.
is a deity of wizards, fortune tellers, diviners, and those who unfailingly speak the truth regardless of whether listeners want to hear it. His symbol is a monstrous eye or a crystal ball filled with eyes.
Oh, they savage.
Interesting.
Who is?
The priest of Savras, was it?
Savras.
Savras.
And there are just all kinds of people coming in and out of this temple. The temple, like, just from the sheer amount of foot traffic, seems to be a very large, important part of the city. It also is, well, in addition to Golden Throne, one of the, like, biggest, shiniest, most obvious structures that you can see from the port.
So 7 is what you just described. Correct?
7 is the Temple of Savras.
Okay, right.
Yes.
And then 8 was, which is closer to the harbor and not really inside of the walled area, was the Temple of Gond, right?
That is correct.
Okay, cool.
Well, if you have any questions need answering, maybe they can answer them for you. Like, you know, maybe which of these guides is good.
What?
I mean, if they can only speak the truth, maybe they can tell you which of these people are the most trustworthy.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should go talk to them.
Do you want to continue on to Golden Throne, or do you want to stop at the temple?
Ricsor will stop and look at the temple. He's like, should we go in there? I don't see where Gilly went. I think she got lost.
She got lost.
Hey guys,
She
we're
didn't
gonna
get
just
stepped on, did she?
we're gonna pause it right here,
Okay.
and we're back.
So Gilly just steps out from behind Brielle. No, I'm right here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no.
Just so tiny.
Yeah, it happens. It's good.
Okay.
So I think the question we are focused on is whether or not we are stopping at the Temple of Savras or going to move on to the Golden Throne.
I think we should keep moving because I don't know when office hours are, and if there's a time frame, we should figure out when that time frame is and take advantage of it.
That's a good idea.
Brielle will
We
also.
could always come back.
Yeah.
Brielle will sign that these people might not necessarily know anything about the people that we want to know about.
Yeah, they might not have good information. Brielle's right about what we need to know about. So let's go figure out the office hours, and then we can come back if we have time.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys are able to go on to Golden Throne, and you are basically standing in front of an enormous building. It's smaller than the Temple of Savras, with a similar kind of dome-shaped architecture made out of, it looks like, gold. Just you might even infer that there's a sort of competition intended there, but it's not quite up to the same spectacle as the temple's able to produce. You were able to kind of walk inside. You know, there's lots of people kind of coming and going, and the first thing you see when you come in is a large desk sitting in the center of a grand foyer, and there are a couple people behind it. And further on in this foyer, you can see there's kind of hallways leading off in different directions. You can see that there is you're kind of like in a rotunda almost. Like there's a walkway that spirals around the dome kind of above your head. You don't immediately see the staircase access to the second floor, but you could assume it's probably down one of the hallways.
So the area is like really big and open that we first walk into,
Yes.
right? So I'm guessing it would echo a little bit. So not meaning to, very loudly, Rick's gonna be like, "Wow, where are we supposed to go now?"
All the eyes turn to Ricsor, and for a heartbeat, it just goes silent as a orc comes in and begins bellowing. But the content of the message was very benign, and 99% of the people go back about their business. But one of the two native Choltons behind the desk comes forward, and we'll say, because you guys are very obviously together, I'm assuming. While looking at Ricsor, but also kind of at the rest of you too. How welcome to Golden Throne. How can I help you?
We're looking for somebody.
Okay, they begin looking at the rest of you. Who are we looking for here?
Joe Mama?
No, stop. Gilly just rubs her forehead. Hi. Good try. We're looking for Jobal. We have some questions about some of the local guides.
Oh, I
Does he
see.
have office hours today?
Well, none of the merchant princes have office hours per se, but they do often come and go and meet with people in the city here on a regular basis. I do know that Jobal just happens to be in today. He's been here most of the day. Now, did you have an appointment?
Uh-oh. No.
No. Well, he does try to make time in his schedule for just the everyday person, especially with this recent influx of even more people from out of town looking for the services of guides. He's been here quite often. I can speak with his assistants and see if he can find time in his schedule this afternoon to meet with you.
That would be great.
Fantastic. And they walk off. Please follow me.
Okay. Come on, guys.
As Rickster walks,
Yeah.
everybody can hear it.
And the receptionist takes you down a hallway, and you guys can basically walk into what is very obviously a large waiting room. And you're told, please make yourselves comfortable. I will speak with Jobal's assistant, and I will see what I can find out for you.
Okay.
And there's a couple low tables and cushions on the floor, similar to Wakanga's sitting room that you previously had been in. And there's some very interesting looking plant life. There is like a water sculpture along one wall with kind of a water fountain that a waterfall that kind of recycles up comes down a large ornate rock structure. And you're left alone for a few moments while this person goes through an adjoining set of double doors. And they're gone, just a couple minutes at the most. Just enough time for you guys to stand around awkwardly and wonder what to do. And I'm sure Ricksor's admiring the water sculpture.
Actually, he's gonna pick a leaf off from one of the plants.
Gilly sees this happening and goes, "Hey, Ricsor!
What?
You know what it's a good time for?
What?
A snack?
Oh yeah, you like snacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want some fruit? I don't know what else I have besides fruit.
Yeah. Fruit's a perfect snack.
Okay. How many do you want?
Let's share one.
Oh, okay. And I'll get out one and just start ripping at the skin of it to open it up, and just kind of plops out messily, and I'll hand half to Gilly.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Here, come sit.
So, about the time you guys are able to get this thing unwrapped and messily begin eating it, the receptionist comes back out and will tell you, well, Jobal is in a very important meeting right now. He's unsure exactly how long this meeting will last, but you're welcome to wait, and he said he promises he can get to you just as soon as he can.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Is this water? it foregone, or can I? My hands are sticky.
You're talking to the receptionist.
Yeah.
They blink at you a little bit. And there is a room for personal refreshment just down the hallway on the left. I'm sure you could find what you need there.
Holds up his hands like, L. Okay. And leaves the room.
Here, Ricsor, we can find it together.
Oh, you have to wash your hands too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deception. No, just kidding.
I wanted Ricsor to be gone for a really long time.
That's what Gilly is afraid of.
So, Gilly and Ricsor have adventures in the bathroom.
Just a place to sit and wait.
Yeah, you guys wait for an hour. An hour passes. And there's no sign of further developments. Do you continue to wait?
If you guys would need to go do stuff, I could stay here and wait.
Split the party.
I
Frill just shrugs her shoulders. She can kind of interview.
I just really feel like an expert opinion would be good.
That sounds like a good idea.
I guess Brielle would sign that if anyone wants to go back to that temple and ask there, we could do that. No, we can wait here.
Good idea, Brielle. Montwood, if you want to go back to the temple, or Montwood and Ricsor, if you wanted to go together and go back to the temple and ask if they know anything, you could do that, or we could just sit and wait.
Ricsor shrug and look at Montwood.
I'll wait just a little bit longer. Something I want to do.
Okay, that sounds good. Gilly will sign back to Brielle. I was really scared to offer the opportunity for anyone to go by themselves.
Hey,
Brielle will give a little giggle, and then she'll kind of slouch in her chair a little bit and stretch her legs out, even though it's probably somebody's walk path.
Are there actual chairs, or is it just the cushions like before? I wasn't.
There are mostly just cushions. There's a couple benches.
Oh, I figured there were like chairs with cushions.
Okay.
But she'll sit down. She'll still do the same thing. She stretches her legs out.
There's nobody else waiting here. Like it's just the four of you in a relatively good sized waiting room.
Ricsor has taken two of the pillows and put them on top of each other, and then sits on it.
Noted.
Yeah.
To keep Ricsor occupied, Gilly will engage him in a game of I Spy.
Right. What is Montwood up to?
I'm going to stand up, go over to the door, and just open it a crack. Just a slight crack. And then go sit back down.
What?
And then die. And then 12. It's going to leap off and go bring up the crack in the door.
Okay.
Clever.
And I'm going to be having my senses go through him as he goes for a wander.
Is he's not like invisible or anything, is he?
No, he is just a little rat person.
Is he like a regular size
Yeah,
rat,
it's
or
a
is he
little rat.
larger than?
As you open to open the door, why don't you just make a stealth check with it? I'll give you advantage on it, but I want you to.
Dexterity plus 3. Ooh.
Oh no!
4. No, 6. Sorry.
Yikes. I mean, that's
Did you roll a
gonna.
1 both times?
No, 1 was a 3.
Okay, so.
Wait, I can give you inspiration, right?
Inspiration gives you advantage. I already had advantage.
Oh, you already had advantage. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
So you open the door just a smidge, and you're able to get number 12, or just 12 rather.
Mhm.
through the crack of the door for just a couple instances. When you see, you can see into the room, and you can see it's a very large office room. There's a great big desk. There is a wall full of books, and you can kind of see it looks like map or scroll tubes kind of like piled up. You can see maps all over the place. And there's just two men in the room. One of them has got kind of a close cropped hair with a bit of a beard with some gray in it, wearing black robes with kind of red striped piping around the collar and the sleeves, and some sort of like, it looks like wooden neck piece. He is sitting at the desk, leaning back in his chair with his feet up. And you have just enough time to see another man kind of come very, very quickly, mutter, "Who let this rat in here?" And just kind of like kicks it out the door and pulls the door closed.
Wow.
Tend to,
Brielle giggles.
She's my rat.
No.
Okay.
It like scurries back to its feet and comes running up to you and runs up your shoulder.
Hey, come back to life.
Right.
Well, that was rude.
I spy something wet.
Let me think. Is it the plants?
I don't think so. Ricsor will get up and feel the plants. I don't like this game. It's too hard.
Okay, that's fair.
Mawa, do you say anything to anybody?
I didn't really get anything of interest, except there's people in there.
Yeah, okay. The guy at the desk, I keep forgetting I have pictures that I can just show you, looks a little bit like this. So again, kind of a closer cut hair, I guess sort of long, black beard with some gray in it, ear piercings. He is wearing some gray eyeliner that kind of comes to a curl at the corners.
Fancy.
Very fancy.
Yeah, I definitely didn't hear anything, so.
Just someone exclaim, "Why is there a rat in here?"
Brielle's just picking at her fingernails with that fork knife.
So another hour passes.
Looks very bored.
Another hour passes, and other than Montwood's excitement, the only the things that happen are whatever Ricsor's up to.
It's not that crazy. So Ricsor's going to look in his bag for a little bit and pull out a piece of like really worn string that's been tied together, like just like a big loop. It's kind of like a faded yellow, and will lace it around his fingers like very purposefully, and walk over to Gilly and hold out his hands. And you know this game with the strings? It's cat's bed.
Cat's bed. I'm gonna roll a history just for giggles.
Sure.
4, 6, 8. Huh. That doesn't seem too familiar. Can you teach me?
Yeah. And then Ricsor will pull it off and essentially just show you how to put it on your hands, and then grab the X's and pull it through and just kind of like show you slowly.
Wow.
Much detail, but yeah.
That's pretty cool. Where'd you learn that?
Nowhere. It's fine.
Oh. Okay. Gilly will just kind of play along that he doesn't want to talk about it.
But he'd be content to keep on playing with you for the rest of the time if you do.
Okay.
So at the end of hour 2, where do you guys stand?
I think You still want to hit up that temple, Rick?
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
Cool. You guys can go. I don't mind staying. I'm a good waiter.
What about Brielle? Does Brielle want to go with us?
You can ask her directly. I can just interpret.
Brielle, do you want to go with us?
She thinks about it.
Or is it a bad idea to leave Gilly alone? She's just so small.
She's pondering. And it's what she's pondering is, Gilly will be fine. But how much trouble will the other two get in if I don't go with them? I feel like they need an adult.
Flatwood's an adult.
I'm an adult.
He's like old enough for both of us. Or
She-
you... No, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Or you can go and I'll stay with Gilly because I'll make sure nobody steps on her. I'm really big.
Gilly's eyes just scream, help!
She looks at Gilly and then she signs. She's not gonna be able to do anything with Montwood by herself
No.
because Montwood doesn't know what she's saying.
Gilly just signs back, good point. She'll sign, do you want to stay here? Or do you want a notebook? And Gilly just pulls a notebook
She's
out.
got a parchment that she writes on. She'll sign that she'll go with the other. She'll take them both to the temple. You stay here.
Okay. Oh, Brielle wants to come. She'll have to write for you though, since
okay.
you don't know.
I know one.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to do that one.
Okay.
But Brielle says a lot. So
Okay. Yeah, probably.
yeah, she does. So you guys have fun. I'll stay here. Can I have one more fruit, please?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ricsor will pull out 3 of them. Hand them to you. Shh. Trying to be sneaky. Let's see how horribly sneaky. Oh, jeez. Sleight of hand. So that's actually a 20. I mean, so Brielle doesn't notice.
That beats her passive.
Brielle doesn't really care to pay attention. It's good enough that Gilly doesn't know she has 3 in her hands until after you've walked away.
I think Gilly's passive's only a 13, so
Yeah.
not even knows. Where did these other 2 come from?
Gilly just randomly finds fruit in like different pockets. Like what?
Sure. So Gilly, Brielle, Montwood, and Ricsor are going to head back to the Temple of Severus, while Gilly will continue to sit in a plush waiting room in the Golden Throne. Hopefully at some point Jobal will come out to say hello. Did Montwood just remember something?
I think I want to leave 12 here. I need to double check something.
Distance. It's pretty far. I know that. But you won't be able to.
I can't command it, but I can see through it. Okay.
Yep.
So, yeah.
From pretty far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave 12 behind?
Yeah. So I can kind of switch back and forth.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, that's good. Because you can just switch back and forth at will, like. So when she gets in, you can just easily relay. Yeah.
Or at least
Yeah,
have
just
some.
talk to the rat.
Okay.
The rat is just staring at you.
Before we leave.
Hello, friend.
Before we walk off, Brielle pulls that dagger and she hands it to you.
Oh.
And then she tells you to use it to carve your fruit.
Oh.
You only have a mace.
Yeah.
Because that makes some spiked fruit jelly.
I have cook's utensils.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She does.
She has a paring knife.
Gilly pulls out a paring knife and goes, "Thanks for the offer, but I'm good. I wasn't gonna make fruit salad." And she takes her mace off of her hip and like shakes it mockingly.
Brielle will say, "Oh yeah, I forgot," and then puts her dagger back and begins walking off.
Gilly goes, "No, wait," and she signs, I was just trying to let Ricsor feel independent. Good luck.
All right, and with that, the party has been officially split. We all know that in a game-like setting, splitting the party is always the best advice. Nothing
Especially
bad.
when you're only level 2.
Nothing bad could
Nothing
ever happen.
bad can go wrong.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Sorry, dropped my drink.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I think we're gonna call it here. I'm sure next week we can get some dirt on these guides, and or find out what's happening at the Temple of Savers. Let's see here. If you like what we do, hey Matt, where can I find more of our stuff?
You can find us on Facebook at Monday Night TPK, as well as Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to check out our other stuff, we have some things on the YouTubes, which is just as the same as Monday Night TPK.
For now, hopefully
For now,
we
we have things planned for the future that we would like to get around to doing and posting under our main name,
above the table
Above
games.
the Table Games.
Above the table games.
Yes. I always want to say under, and I know that's wrong.
Nope, it's like the opposite.
Yep.
All right, until next week, thank you for joining us at our table. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I forgot to save something for the end.